This is the fourth video about freehand freestyle silk painting techniques. In this time I will use the same color set of acrylic textile paints as in 3 previous videos, and this image will be very sketchy and it will look like watercolor. But I will use markers, both textile and permanent. Silk painting with me, Ilona Store. In this video I'm going to use markers. This is a textile marker, gray. I think I already showed it in the last video. I started to draw with black one, but then I decided that I need less sharp color marker. I make up a drawing as I go along and have a very rough idea of what will turn out. This time the drawing will be a floral, and let it be a chrysanthemum. And still the black marker. I immediately add volume and variety, which I always welcome. The black marker is permanent, it's thinner and gives fine lines. Textile markers can be very different colors. I have chosen lilac marker and a light beige, but it has dried up, almost invisible. So far I leave the picture in this form, and then complete the drawing if I'd like to. And I purposely took the same acrylic paints. I have pink, blue, black and lemon yellow. I just excluded dark purple. A plate as a palette, a porous paper for drying the brush, and a round synthetic brush. I wet the flower first and make it pink on one side. And immediately I started painting the background. The technique will be similar to watercolor and very sketchy. The color will be blurred, but the drawing I will create mostly with markers. Somewhere I add a little color, somewhere just wet with water, making soft, smooth transitions. Basically, the entire image will be watercolor and semi-transparent. And I decided to outline the leaves at the same time. Palette was left in the frame deliberately, so you could see how the colors are mixed. And now the entire gamut is outlined. The colors of the wet background are flowing, but the spot itself, where the leaves will be, is already clear. I add the color of the leaves to the flower, the chrysanthemum, for a more organic impression. Opposite the light side of the flower, I want to darken the background so that the flower stands out better. The silk has begun to dry, and I can draw the leaves more articulate. Silk allows you to paint it in many layers. You can even blur the colors a little with water. And I can add details to the leaves, little by little. If you like this video, I would love your reaction to it. Thank you. And what's great, textile markers can draw on wet silk, but permanent marker quickly got wet and stopped drawing. Here's a little more volume to the flower. This bottom branch that I don't like. And I'm just going to wash it out with water. And it almost worked. When the silk dried, it seemed to me that the chrysanthemum was lonely here, and it needed some company. So I'm practically creating a linear graphic. Here is another layer, and this is a silhouette image. No transitions, just drawing the stems and leaves with one color. For this I have mixed the paint quite thickly, so that the background didn't shine through. This another layer is making the overall impression more complex and interesting. I try to make it delicate so that it doesn't compete with the main image and doesn't take up too much attention. I wanted to add this color to the chrysanthemum too. And the borders can be leveled by softening with water. Look how 4 completely different images can be achieved with the same set of paints and colors, just using different techniques. And the theme of free silk painting techniques: to be continued.